next exercise are shoulder taps. I like it kind of as your crossover between your actual workout and your warm up. It's really great activation, getting the muscles warmed, getting them prepped. So with your shoulder tap, the things to keep in mind is that you want to keep your core engaged throughout the whole movement. It's very easy when you're doing this to find yourself doing this or this or this. You want to pretend like you're pushing away from the floor. So notice how when I do that, my core is totally engaged. My shoulder blades are pulling apart actually. And in order to do that, it's very easy to want to kind of lean in to your shoulders and allow your body weight to drop forward. I want you to push those apart. And how that can help is pretend that you're pushing into the ground with your hands and envision your shoulder blades in the back just pulling apart. So you want to pull them apart. We're going to come up on our feet, on our toes here. And you want a relatively straight line. Again, our bodies are different, so maybe it might not be, a perfect angle, but you want a relatively straight line here. And what we're going to do is we are going to shoulder tap. So we're going to come across here and we're going to cross and touch the opposite shoulder. The key thing to remember here is that we want to minimize our trunk movement and hip movement as much as possible. It's really easy to get into these movements and just kind of open up to give ourselves more balance. That is not the goal here. If you need more balance, take a wider stance in your legs. The closer your feet are together, the harder and more stabilization you will need. The farther apart they are, the more balance you will have throughout this movement. So here, we're going to come over. I'm going to touch and tap my shoulder. I'm going to change hands and do the other side. Notice how my hips stay relatively stable throughout the entire movement. They're not opening up to balance or to counterbalance. If you're feeling like your hips might be moving too much, or you are struggling to honestly engage how much your body is moving, it can be helpful to have something, just a light something, enough where you can feel, but something on your back. Because what that'll do is it'll give you an immediate feedback on what your core is doing. So something to consider if you're training solo and you have no idea and you don't have access to a camera and you have no idea and you can't really feel your body, because that is a skill too. Find something that you can put on your back that, isn't a small ball that's just going to roll off, but something that can give you some kind of feedback of how much wiggling your upper body is doing throughout that movement. And that is your shoulder tap exercise.